that's just one more thing the R5 can do. This was not the reason why I bought the Canon R5. For me, videos is a priority, and that was the driver which influenced me to upgrade to the R5 from the 5D Mark IV. The R5 for me is the most exciting Canon release since the 5D Mark II times. When I field tested the camera, it was pretty difficult for me to change between the various video modes, and hence I used the facility to program the 3 custom modes that is available in the R5. The fully articulated screen on the R5 allows me to place this camera in some amazing positions with the all-time view of my subject. This has been a great addition to the macro work which I need to do. The 5-axis IBIS on this camera really saves the day for you sometimes, and it works seamlessly with the EF lenses, which is a wonderful addition for the people who love to shoot handheld. One of the key features which inclined me towards the R5 was its capability to shoot 4K in 120 fps. This type of slow motion was really important for me, and it does enhance the production value of any film. The ability to slow down action to highlight a wonderful natural history moment is always a key to increase the potential value of the film. To get the most out of the R5, it is necessary to shoot in the C-Log profile, as that's the only profile which gives a video in 10-bit. All the other profiles give a video in 8-bit only. At first I felt that there won't be any usage for the 8K videos in my workflow. However, when I explored further, I found the 8K videos can surely be used in a 4K workflow for cropping, panning or tilting within the video. I have used the R5 pretty exclusively on the EF class, and till date it has performed really well. For the wildlife shooters like me, who are always on a lookout for that extra reach, the R5 provides a facility to be used in the APS-C mode, which enhances the reach by 1.6 times without losing any quality. One of the key features of the R5 was the introduction of the 5-axis in-body stabilization, or the IBIS, in the Canon cameras for the very first time. The maximum that I have been able to handhold with the IBIS and get a stable video has been at 200 mm. The animal eye autofocus is one of the amazing features of this camera, and in wildlife it does perform very well. I was pleasantly surprised by the ability of this camera to locate the eye of this Eurasian wryneck and keep it in focus. It is a pretty cryptic looking bird. The low light performance of this camera has really been exceptional. Trying videos at dawn and post sunset have really yielded great results. This video of the Indian wolves has been recorded half an hour post sunset. Still, the camera was able to focus and keep track of the subjects even in this low light. The new 45 megapixel sensor on the R5 gives tremendous amount of details in the images. The IBIS on this camera works amazingly for the handheld shooters like me and gives great assistance for shooting in low light conditions. I got an opportunity to test the new lens from Canon, which is The RF 600 f11, it is a pretty unique lens for a 600 mm. Weighing less than a kg, this is pretty much a hand-holdable lens in most of the circumstances. The f11 on this lens makes it pretty unusable in very low light conditions. In pretty bright and sunny conditions, this lens does perform very well. In videos, this lens does lose its autofocus sometimes. However, all the other times it does perform very well.